you go. Hi, I'm Ronika Stone. We're at Matthew Knight Arena, and this is Future Stars of America with Entitled Network. Yeah. Volleyball, basketball, obviously. Cold tub, hot tub, and then first, the vest, volleyball. We have a really dramatic, really extra waterfall. Yeah, don't understand the reason. 2012 team. Went to the national championship, so they're the best that this volleyball program has ever done, so they're remembered. Kind of random hallway. August Rasky, she's our setter, she actually painted that, so that's really cool. And then here, a bunch of the alumni came for alumni weekend and they threw their O. So we had their hands painted, so they can make the O and then write the dates that they played. So we have a bunch of alumni there. Here's where we watch film. And a bunch of the jerseys are alumni that played overseas. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I made the wall because I played for the junior national team 2 years ago. And then this is our team room, the team area. We spend a lot of time in here during the summer. Not as much time in season because we're kind of practicing and going to class. Yeah, no one's in here. This is where the big 3 dance videos happen. People usually think we have a lot more space, but it's really just right here. And yeah, this is our locker room. It's kind of messy. Why is my door open? Yeah, this one's mine. It's really messy. But welcome. Go Ducks. No, it's totally, this part mostly is what got done, because like I said, this used to be the kitchen area. We never cooked or really kept anything in the fridge. And so our coach was like, okay, well, we can really open this up, knock down a wall, made this opening, added the counter, a bunch of chargers. I don't know how they work. Oh, there. And added a couple more couches just so we can all chill out here. But yeah, it's mostly in the summer that we can really hang out, because in season we'll have practice in the mornings, and then right after that we'll maybe do a little PT and go straight to class. Like, we finish practice at 11, around 11, then I have class at 12, so I have to shower, stretch if I can, get food because I'm always starving, and then or I'll just bring a big like snack bag to class and chow down in class. Pretty much how it works. What? I mean, this is where they just show what new gear we have for the year. It's like, those are the athlete backpacks for this year. And then we got that. I'm pretty sure every athlete has that, but that's basketball. And then I'm upset because they keep showing these Kobe's and I haven't gotten them. So it's like, why do we have these in the case with volleyball, but I don't have them? Doesn't make sense. Like, I don't have any of these. Huh? No, it's closed. This is where the equipment room is, though, right here. Donovan is the man. Colorado. That's when we did the sauce alami video, and we were in the showers at the Colorado in their locker room. And yeah, that was our claim to fame. Sauce alami. Oh, I'm surprised it's even open. I'm confused on why it's open. Unless they're cleaning. Do you hear anyone? Cool, okay, awesome. I never knew that, glowed. That's crazy. But we practice here in the off season. When we're in season, we all practice. Yeah, that's crazy too. I didn't even know it was motion activated. In season, we practice on the main court. But whatever, it's basketball's turn, I guess. That is actually so cool. I kind of want to take a picture of that for my snap. My handy dandy fanny pack. Yeah, this is where I keep my life, basically. Anyone want a piece of gum? It's really cool that they added that for women's basketball. They've had really good years. Or these past couple of years have been really good for them. Because of the GOAT, Sabrina. It's also weird, like I don't know many schools that wouldn't put a Final Four banner in the main arena. But Oregon doesn't, because like we only put national championship banners in there. So there's only one from, well, like 1939. That's crazy. Not worthy enough, but at the same time, that's huge. Okay, guys.
Are you ready for the interview?
Let's do it.
All right, so obviously you're a well-accomplished volleyball player here at the University of Oregon. Can you talk about what it was like growing up and what got you into volleyball?
Growing up, I come from a really athletic family. My dad played in the NFL for 13 years, so we always had little competitions. I have 4 siblings, and so family competitions got intense, like who could do the most push-ups, who could do the most sit-ups, and like we were just trash talking at 6 years old. And so our parents never forced us to play any sports. It was kind of on our own. We always wanted to get kind of in the athletic world, and then by junior high, that's really when I stepped into sports, but volleyball wasn't my sport, it was basketball. And 7th grade, tried out for the volleyball team, didn't think I was going to make it because I didn't know what I was doing. I was probably the most unathletic person out there, and I made the team because I was tall. In 7th grade, I think I was 5'9" or 5'10", which is really tall for a 13, 12-year-old. And so once I started playing volleyball, basketball was still my number 1 sport, but then, I don't know, as time went on, I found a passion for volleyball and fell in love with it. Started getting good in 8th grade. I hit off of 1 foot a lot. That's when I learned, and credit to basketball because it's basically like a layup. And once I started getting recruited, got my first letter after 8th grade summer from Florida. And I just remember like letters started coming in and my recruiting process started, and junior year I committed to Oregon, and I'm here.
After you started getting really good, you know, your dad being in the NFL and also your mom, like what role did they play in that? Like how did they encourage you to just stick with volleyball?
Actually, my mom didn't want me playing volleyball in 7th grade, I remember. So after we made it, me and my friend were cheering, and my mom called my best friend's mom, and she was like, so how are we going to tell them that they're not playing volleyball? And then my best friend's mom was like, they're so happy, like, I don't know if we could do it to them. So thank God for my best friend and her mom, because she convinced my mom to keep me playing. I think my parents really helped me stand my ground and wait until I knew what the right fit was for me, and whoever stuck around, like, I obviously knew that they were in it for the long haul.
What's it like being that young girl playing club volleyball to now being the star of a Division I team?
It's surreal. I don't even know. It happened so fast. I remember being in the shoes of these club volleyball players and being excited just to get out there and play. And I'm still that same way, but knowing that I've impacted little girls around the country and that they've watched my videos and they know who I am, it like still doesn't seem real to me. Oregon hosted the MLK tournament this past weekend, and our coach was like, just go there, watch some volleyball. I was surprised with how many girls wanted to take pictures with me and knew who I was, and like so happy, wanted me to hug them, wanted me to follow them on Instagram, and just really excited. Even coaches and parents were excited to see me, and it's just like, it still doesn't hit me that like people think I'm cool. I still feel like I was just in their shoes, so to see them get that excited over me, it just doesn't feel real. I don't know if it ever will.
And you also have a strong social media presence, so how do you use that to your advantage to help out little girls and just show them how great the game of volleyball is?
I think by having fun with what Lindsay, Lauren, and I do, the pregame dances, that's what really I think we got a lot of followers from, who can have fun doing what they love. And that's how I have fun, by dancing and just enjoying my time with my teammates.
Speaking of the pregame dances, how did that come about, and did you expect it to be such a big hit?
No! It happened last season in Florida. We were in it was the Vert Challenge, one of our preseason tournaments, and I'm always dancing, like I was always dancing in club. I was known for the girl that was just dancing on the sidelines, and so before the game, it was me and Lauren. I was just dancing in the mirror, and I was like, Lauren, jump in. And so Lauren started dancing, we posted it, and then after we got back to Oregon and we had another tournament, and I was like, how about I just like put the camera down? And so me and Lauren started recording, and it was just us at first. And then Lindsay, we've been pretty close since I started school at Oregon, so I was like, oh, let's bring Lindsay in. And so we just dance. It's so bad. If you look at the early videos, like where we started and where we are now, I don't even know how to explain it. We were so bad. We didn't even look like we had any rhythm. But people liked it and thought it was cool, thought it was funny that we were doing that before games. And so then they were like, why don't you throw some choreography into it? And we're like, what? Like a job? So then we started like doing some of the same dance moves, but still kind of freestyling. But people wanted more. I was like, okay, let's give the people what they want. And so we started doing like full routines. Like Lindsay would come over at night, and we'd put together a routine, and then teach it to Lauren, and then like we would all add moves. Did not expect it to be where it is now, especially the Saw Salami dance with other teams doing it across the country. The UW women's basketball team just did it last week. And we're gonna have to move. Coco Vango, the one that wrote the song, posted us on his Instagram account twice. And so did not expect it. It was just something that we wanted to do for fun, and it's still fun, but now that we have such a bigger platform, I think it makes it even more special.
What would you say has been the major highlight of your athletic career so far?
Oh wow, that's hard. I think making it as far as we did this season, despite everything our team went through, making it to the Elite Eight with Matt Ulmer, our head coach. This is his second year being head coach. Last year, that was his first year as interim head coach, and like a lot of people scrutinized him and didn't think he was the right fit for the program, but we all stood behind him and we love him. And this season really buying into what he wanted us to do, and no matter the injuries and drama that happened within our program, the fact that we were able to prevail and make it to the Elite Eight, beating the number 2 overall seed at their place for their first home loss of the season, like in front of the Olympic head coach, that it was incredible. Like I still get chills thinking about it.
As a fellow J School student, what made you decide to pursue journalism?
I've always loved sports, and I've always loved talking about sports, playing sports. And when I started watching football and basketball on TV and seeing like, sideline reporters and analysts getting paid, like their job is literally getting paid to talk about sports. I was like, what? And asking questions to like some of the best athletes in the world about just simple questions about the game or like their life. And I was like, okay, I can get paid to do this. Like I really want to do this. And so I kind of figured that out in high school. That's what I wanted to do. And by my junior year, a lot of people knew I'm pretty vocal and like really out there. So everyone knew what I wanted to do. And I interviewed at my brother's 7-on-7 tournaments. I interviewed Najee Harris, who's starting, or not, I don't know if he started, but he's a running back at Alabama. He was one of the top running backs in the nation at the time. The video has over 100,000 views just because of him, and It's really embarrassing. Don't look it up. Like, please don't look it up. Don't clip to this video. Like, it's so bad. And then I got to interview Isaiah Hodgins, and he's at Oregon State. I was like, okay, this isn't bad. Like, I really want to get paid to do this. And then I came to Oregon, automatically declared to be pre-J, got into the journalism school, and they knew that's what I wanted to do. I ended up being able to job shadow Maria Taylor for College Game Day, and then it's just been so many doors have opened. I've been able to do so many different things just because I've made it known that this is the career path that I wanted to choose.
And can you talk more about your job shadow with Maria Taylor? That was a great opportunity for you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people didn't know that you were into that until they saw that. So just elaborate more on that.
So I guess a lot of people outside of my life wouldn't know, but so College Game Day happens every week, and Maria Taylor, she really likes mentoring to student athletes, and so she came to Oregon, and with there's a program called We Leadership. Katie Harbert works at the JQA, and Risa knew that I wanted to pursue journalism, pursue broadcasting, and when they found out that this was happening, they volunteered my name and asked if I wanted to do it. I was like, I can't turn this down. It's College Game Day. Like, this is a big deal. And so I went and I met her for the day before, got to know her a little bit. She's really cool person, both of them, the whole crew, and saw what the day in the life of Maria Taylor is like. And the next day, like, okay, College Game Day starts. We do East Coast time, so be here by 4:30. I was like, a.m.? And they all, like, their whole crew laughed, like, 4:30 a.m. I was like, oh, all right, like, okay, I guess so. I was like, do I even sleep? Like, I'm a night owl. I'm going to sleep at 2 a.m. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll get a 2-hour nap in. And so went there to 4:30 in the morning. All the fans were there. The band was playing. And I was like, this is really her life. This is what she does every week, and more than that. And so being able to be on the field at Autzen during such a big game like that, I never knew how loud Autzen was. It doesn't seem that loud from the stands. When you're on the field, it is crazy. She tried to get me to listen into huddles and pick up on what coaches were saying to use for interviews, like after the game or during timeouts. She must be really good at reading lips, because my ears were numb. I was like, I can't hear what he's trying to say. And so being able to ask her questions the whole game, and her being open to answer anything and everything that I asked, and then following me on social media, and we exchange numbers, so I still keep in contact with her if I have any ideas for what I want to do or questions, and she's always free to answer them. So it was a great experience, and it made me want to have her job even more. Like, I was always interested in it, but ever since doing that, it's 1,000% what I want to do. Long
term, do you see yourself having a professional career, then transitioning to a sideline reporter, or what do you want to do?
This has been my plan since high school. So, playing volleyball at Oregon, finished my 4 years. Ideally, I'd love to be on the 2020 Olympic team, but I'm a realist, and I know that the girls that are on the team right now, they're wrong. And it's not like, that's like me stepping in as a rookie trying to beat Kobe Bryant. Like, that's not gonna happen, okay? So, 2020, that's my graduation year. I'm taking that year. I can't play volleyball during that time because everyone's with their countries. And so I'm gonna try to do internships, as many internships as I can, and really get out there for my resume with broadcasting. And after that, continue to train volleyball. Like, I'm not just gonna stop playing volleyball. I have to continue to train. And then hopefully I'll have an agent, and then pick whatever country wants or offers me the best opportunity to play. After that, play overseas. We'll see, maybe do one Olympic Games. I really want to go to the Olympics. Like, that's always been my dream. So if it's not 2020, then 2024. And after that, when I'm done with volleyball, because all the advice that I've been given from either Maria Taylor or like other people in the sports business have always told me, like, play volleyball. You finish whatever you want to do with volleyball. This will always be here after. Like, volleyball won't be there forever for you. And so I think I'm going to play for as long as my body can handle it. And then when I'm done with that, try my best to get to ESPN. It just sounds like boom, ESPN, which I know is not going to happen. I would love for that to happen, and if it could, then that's my dream. But I know it's going to be like little steps. Maybe start at Pac-12, and then from Pac-12 get to a different network. But ultimately, I want to work at ESPN. With
the Women in Flight program emerging in our athletic department, how do you see the portrayal of women in athletics shaping around campus?
I think it already has changed, especially with how great the women's basketball team has been playing and the run that they've been able to go on these past couple of years. If you look at 3 years ago, the crowd that women's basketball had, I would be able to go into a game like at halftime and find one of the closest seats to the court because it was just empty. And then they went on the run that they did, and now you have to get to the game early if you want to get a good seat, and if not, you're up in the nosebleeds. In Oregon especially, people respect women's sports. It's not, no one looks down upon us or sees us as different type of athlete. It's not male and female athletes, we're just athletes here. And so Women in Flight has done a great job with promoting women athletics and giving women an opportunity to see other great women in power and have talks of empowerment and how we can keep getting women's sports, just keep creating a name for ourselves, because even though it's like that in Oregon where we do have respect and from our fans and the fan base, it's not like that outside of this world, and people still don't think the WNBA is important, and they're just as good. Sabrina, I think, quoted, she got interviewed in an article and she was like, Zion Williams, he can have a 30-point game and ESPN will go off about it, and she's doing that every night, and people are barely saying anything unless she gets another triple-double, which happens every other day. So but for women, you have to work twice as hard just to get what men get, basically.
If you have one big goal for your senior year, what would that be? To be like, I left my legacy here, I'm good.
People always know of Midi, and that's where Aaron Gordon went, Kerry Walsh went, bunch of great athletes went there, Olympians, pros, and when I left junior high, people were wondering if I was going to go there, and I hated that idea of people would just join something that's already been great, and I'd rather create something for myself. And so I stayed at my high school, and me and my friends from junior high stayed, and we won state for the first time in my school's history. And so when I was recruiting, or when I was in the recruiting process, I did have big schools on my list. I had Penn State, I went to USC, I visited UCLA, and big volleyball schools. But ultimately, it wasn't about, Oregon has been a great program, and they've shown 2012 going to the national championship, but no one looks at Oregon as a volleyball school or a great volleyball program. And I wanted to change that. I wanted to go to a school and people put respect on our program's name. They're going to remember that the volleyball team was great. And so by my senior year, I hope to accomplish just that, leave a legacy of this is what I came here to do and this is what I did. We won a national championship, we won the Pac-12. People didn't think so. No one imagined that would happen, but it did. And I really hope that's what I could leave Oregon, knowing that I created something and it started something big.
Okay, now a few fun questions. Who's continuing the pregame dance tradition with you next year? Got some big shoes to fill?
I have no idea yet. I know there's girls that want to be, and I told them that I will hold a tryout, because you're not just gonna be in, this is a big group now. We've made a name for ourselves. You can't just hop in. So what I want to do is have a tryout and have them learn 2 of our routines, a freestyle routine, and do some of the basic moves, how nice is your Millie Rock? Can you reverse? I want to see it all. And if we don't have enough, we don't have girls with rhythm, then I'm not gonna give the world mediocrity, okay? We're here for greatness.
Do you have any special talents?
I mean, I can do the bird. I can do that. I can fall asleep on any plane, anytime. That's really cool. I don't know. I can roll my stomach in both directions. I am really good at going cross-eyed, making one eye go one way and one eye go the other. Yeah.
Who's the best stone?
Okay. Obviously me. Like, it depends on who you ask. I think every single person in my family would say themselves. But I think I've really made a name for myself and my family. So I'm going to say me. If you ask my brother, he's going to say him. Yeah. I think it used to be my dad, but he retired. So right now, me.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
NBA or NFL?
Whew. NBA.
Favorite dessert?
I'm going to go with ice cream, mint chocolate chip.
And favorite movie?
White Chicks. White Chicks is a classic. My brother, he's 2 years younger than me. He plays football and he is a linebacker, I think inside. Don't quote me on that. Probably inside. Linebacker at Wazoo. We look exactly the same. I always tell people, or I told Maria Taylor, because college game day was in Washington State too, and I told my brother to go say hi to her. And I was like, if you don't know what he looks like he looks exactly like me with a high top fade. Like, people will think we're twins all the time. But yeah, super goofy, really funny guy, really confident in himself. That's why I said if you ask him, he 100% would say him. We actually have an interview where I interviewed him after one of the games, and I asked him what it was like living in my shadow, and he just went off on me. Like, it's so funny.
Hey RJ, long time no see. How does it feel to live in your sister's shadow?
Oh, there's no shot I'm living in your shadow.
I mean, it's pretty hard. How does it feel being the third best athlete in the house?
I'm definitely number one, plain and simple. I mean, when it comes to any competition, I'm gonna be there winning it. And yeah, I mean, that's just what I do.
Let's hope you gain some weight there.
Well.
That's Ronika Stone and RJ Stone with Get Sports Focus. You saw it here first.
We were in high school, and he was a freshman in high school, like telling me he was better than me. And so I was like, all right, chill. But we've always been really competitive, and I'm glad that he's in the Pac-12, so at least we're close still. Not that close because Pullman's far, but close enough. And to FaceTime and like being in the same time zone. But yeah, it's really close to my brother, really close to everyone in my family. I've always been super family oriented, and I hope that he just has a great year next year. It's hard being in Pullman for your freshman year. I feel like that's just a whole different, atmosphere, life, being up in just such a small town. You think Eugene's small? Go to Pullman. It is so small. Their airport is smaller than the court, I swear. Yeah. See ya. Thanks for watching. Yeah. it's not like, or am I actually doing like a serious one? Like, hey guys, thank you so much for watching.
Nah, make it fun.
Alright, like, hey guys. Okay. How about that be the outro, like that whole ramble? That sounds good to me. See ya.